Level 1. The Dreamer. Friday night, you're 8 years old. The television in the living room is showing wrestling. Your older brother is watching. You sit next to him, and for the first time, you see it. A man in the ring with a microphone. The crowd is screaming. 50,000 people who came specifically to see this one person. He speaks, and they react to every single word. They cheer, they boo, they chant his name. You've never seen anything like it. This is theater. This is spectacle. This is performance at a scale that doesn't make sense to your 8-year-old brain. Then he wrestles. He's not just performing. He's moving with a grace and intensity that holds the entire arena suspended. He wins. The crowd erupts. He stands on the ropes with arms spread wide. The lights are on him. Nobody in the world is looking anywhere else in that moment. You go to school Monday and you can't stop thinking about it. You convince your cousin to be your opponent. You clear the living room. You practice moves you half remember from Friday night. Your mother tells you to stop jumping off the couch. You stop. You wait until she leaves the room and you do it again. Every week you watch wrestling, you study it, you learn the names of the moves, you learn who the characters are, you learn the storylines, you practice alone in your room, drop kicks off the bed, elbows off the dresser. The carpet is your ring, you are the crowd and the performer simultaneously. Level 2, the Backyard Wrestler. Year 14. You and 3 friends build a backyard wrestling ring. The frame is 2x4s. The mat is an old mattress covered in a tarp. It's hideous. It's dangerous. It's the most important structure you've ever been inside. You film everything on a phone. Your friend does commentary. You create characters. You make championship belts out of cardboard and tin foil. It looks ridiculous. You don't care. You're performing for an audience of 4 people, and you feel the same electricity you saw on television 6 years ago. Someone gets hurt. It's you. A move goes wrong and you land badly on your shoulder. It swells. Your parents find out about the ring. The ring gets dismantled. You're grounded for 2 weeks. But here's the thing. You don't stop thinking about wrestling for a single moment of those 2 weeks. The grounding doesn't change anything. If anything, it makes the desire stronger. At 15, you find out there's a wrestling school 40 minutes from your house, an actual school where they teach professional wrestling. You ask your parents. Your father says absolutely not. Your mother is more curious. She researches it. She learns it's a legitimate athletic training facility. She takes you for a visit. The head trainer has 20 years of professional experience. Your mother asks questions. He answers them directly. Your father still says no. You work on him for 3 months. He comes around. Level 3. The Wrestling Student. The first day of training is not what you imagined. There is no ring time for the first month. The first month is conditioning, running, calisthenics, squats, push-ups. The trainer wants to know if you'll do the work before he teaches you anything. You do the work. Week 5, you get in the ring for the first time. The canvas is harder than it looks. The ropes are tighter than they look. Taking your first bump is nothing like practicing in your bedroom. A bump is a controlled fall. You practice falling backward onto the canvas. The sound echoes through the gym. Your back aches. You do it again, 50 times, 100 times, until your body learns that the canvas won't kill you, until falling becomes something your body understands rather than something it fears. The trainer teaches everything in progression: lockups, chain wrestling, working a body part, building psychology. The difference between a good match and a great one isn't just the moves, it's whether the audience cares. Does what's happening in the ring tell a story? Does the crowd know who to cheer and why? Do the moves make sense in the context of the story being told? These questions matter more than any specific technique. 6 months in, you're starting to look like a wrestler. Your body has changed from the training. Your bumps are cleaner. Your timing is improving. You're starting to develop a character. Not the finished version, the rough prototype, the beginning of an idea. Level 4. The Indie Wrestler. 1 year of training and the school puts you on your first show. A local community center. 200 people in folding chairs. The ring is rented. The lighting is a spotlight from a hardware store. The sound system crackles constantly. You're in the fourth match of 8. You wrestle another trainee. The match is 3 minutes. 3 minutes that feel like 3 hours. You rehearsed it 50 times in the gym, but the moment you step through those curtains into a real crowd with real noise, the rehearsed thing partially evaporates. You find something else instead, something instinctive, something that's been developing in you since you were 8 years old, watching wrestling on television. The match goes well, not perfectly, but well. The crowd reacts to the right moments. They pop for your finish. You win. You walk to the back and your hands are shaking for 20 minutes afterward. Over the next 2 years, you wrestle everywhere you can find a booking. Town halls, parking lots, bars that have a ring set up in the back, school gymnasiums. You drive hours for shows. You sleep on other wrestlers' couches. You get paid sometimes you don't. The money isn't the point yet. The reps are the point. You refine your character. You learn what works and what doesn't by doing it in front of actual crowds. You learn that what looks good in a gym doesn't always look good in a ring. You learn to read crowds. You develop timing. You develop presence. Your character finds its identity. It comes from something real in you, a truth you're expressing through a larger-than-life version of yourself. The best characters always do. You can feel when you walk to the ring whether the crowd will invest in you. You're getting better at making them invest. Level 5, the regional star. 3 years of indie wrestling and you're known in your region. Not famous, known. Promoters call you because they know you'll deliver a good match. You're working regularly. Your name means something on a poster in your area. Fans recognize you. Some of them follow your work specifically. A regional promotion offers you a regular spot on their roster, monthly shows, a consistent character and storyline. You're working with more experienced wrestlers who teach you without formally teaching you, watching how they structure matches, how they talk to crowds, how they handle the unexpected moments that every live performance contains. You win your first championship, a regional title that most people outside a 100-mile radius have never heard of. It doesn't matter. When they put that belt around your waist and the crowd reacts, you feel the same thing you felt watching wrestling on television as a child. You understand now from the inside what it looked like from the outside. Social media changes things. You start building an audience beyond the people who attend shows. You post content, training footage, character work, highlights from matches. People who've never seen you perform live start following your career. The audience is getting bigger even while the venues stay small. Level 6, the serious prospect. 5 years of professional wrestling. You're 24 years old. Your body is a collection of accumulated damage, shoulder that aches in cold weather, knee that swells when you overtrain, back that requires management. These aren't complaints. They're the evidence of commitment. Every injury is a story about a choice you made to keep going. You attract attention from a larger independent promotion, one of the organizations that serious fans follow nationally. It's not WWE, but it's significant. The shows are bigger. The talent is better. You're working with wrestlers who've been on television. The step up is real, and it shows you clearly how much work is still left to do. The matches at this level are technically better. The psychology is deeper. The crowd expectations are higher. You're not carrying beginners through matches anymore. You're contributing equally to collaborative storytelling. The best matches at this level feel like improvised theater, with a loose script and 2 athletes finding the truth of the story in real time. You have a standout match, a performance that gets talked about in the wrestling community. Clips get shared. Reviews get written. Your name starts appearing in conversations about who might be ready for a bigger opportunity. The machine is slow, but it's turning in your direction. Level 7, the developmental talent. WWE notices. The machine that runs professional wrestling at the highest level on Earth notices you. You get an invitation to a tryout, 3 days of evaluation, movement drills, promo work, matches in front of WWE coaches. You're being assessed on everything simultaneously. Can you move? Can you talk? Can you work? Are you the right size? Do you have presence? Is there something about you that a camera would find compelling? You're not the best athlete at the tryout. You're not the most polished, but there's something about you that makes people want to watch. You can feel it in how the coaches respond. You receive an offer, a developmental contract.
WWE's training system. The developmental territory is humbling. You've been a star in regional wrestling. Here, you're starting over. The roster is full of former college football players, Olympic athletes, trained fighters, people with physical gifts that are genuinely extraordinary. What you have that some of them don't is years of performing for live crowds. You know how to make an audience feel something. That's the skill they can't teach in 6 months. Training is professional, intensive, daily. The coaches are former champions with decades of experience. They're looking at every habit you've developed over years and identifying which ones to keep and which ones to break. Some lessons are uncomfortable. You've been doing something a certain way for 4 years. You have to learn it differently. You're developing your character at a professional level. WWE doesn't just want a wrestler. They want a personality, a story, someone who connects with millions of people across different cultures and demographics. You're working on your voice, your physicality, your presence in front of a camera. The television element of WWE is something independent wrestling couldn't fully prepare you for. Level 8, the NXT star. 18 months in developmental, and you get your first television match, NXT. WWE's official development brand with its own audience and its own identity. Not the main roster yet, but real television, real production, real audience. The first time you stand backstage before your entrance in an NXT arena, you're a professional wrestler with 6 years of experience. You've had hundreds of matches. You've wrestled in front of big crowds. None of that fully prepares you for this. The production scale is different. The walk to the ring is different. The camera changes everything. Your match is 12 minutes, a showcase match designed to introduce you to the audience. Your performance is strong, not perfect, strong. The production team frames you well. The crowd responds. The WWE system works because it gives performers the context to look their best. You build your NXT character over 18 months. Championships, rivalries, storylines that get you invested in outcomes the way you were invested in outcomes watching television as a child. The work is collaborative, with writers, producers, and fellow performers. You're not just a wrestler anymore. You're a television character who happens to also be a real athlete performing real physical stunts. The matches get better. Your character gets sharper. Your name starts trending on social media after big moments. The audience outside the arena is getting large. Level 9, the main roster call-up. 3 years into WWE, and they call you up to the main roster, Raw or SmackDown. The shows that have been on television every week for decades. The shows that millions of people watch every single week around the world. Your debut is planned, produced, every detail considered. The music, the entrance, the visual, the first words you say. Because in WWE, the debut is the first impression, and first impressions at this scale are worth protecting. You watch from behind the curtain as the crowd reacts to the opening segments. You've been in wrestling arenas hundreds of times. This feels entirely different. Your music hits. The crowd reaction is immediate. Not for you yet. They don't know you yet, but they feel that something is happening. You walk through the curtain and down the ramp, and you think about the 8-year-old watching television on a Friday night, the kid practicing moves in his bedroom, the teenager who built a ring out of mattresses and 2x4s, the young man driving 3 hours for a show at a bar. You're inside the ring now. The lights are on you. 50,000 people are looking at nowhere else. And then the work begins. Because this isn't the finish line. This is the beginning of the next level. Everything before this was preparation. This is where the preparation gets used. Level 10, the WWE star. 4 years on the main roster. You've had title reigns. You've been in main events. You've wrestled at WrestleMania in front of 80,000 people. You've had the moment where the crowd chants your name and you hear it echoing through an enormous arena and it doesn't feel real and it's more real than anything you've ever experienced simultaneously. The work never gets easier. It gets different. The scrutiny is different. The pressure is different. The expectations you carry for yourself are different. Every match is watched by millions. Every promo is analyzed. The audience knows your character intimately. Meeting and exceeding their expectations while also surprising them is the ongoing challenge that you don't think will ever be solved completely. That's what keeps you coming back. Your body is telling stories in new ways. The maintenance required to perform at this level is significant. Sleep, nutrition, recovery. You're treating yourself like an athlete because you are one. A different kind, but completely real. And somewhere right now, an 8-year-old is watching wrestling on a Friday night. They're watching you specifically. They're watching how you walk to the ring, how the crowd reacts, how you hold the championship when they put it on your shoulder. They're going to go to school on Monday and they won't be able to stop thinking about it. They're going to clear the living room and practice moves off the couch. They have no idea how long the road is. Most of them will find that out and turn back, but a few won't. A few will build rings out of mattresses. A few will find a wrestling school. A few will drive hours for shows and bars. A few will work their way through the system, and maybe 1 or 2 will end up exactly where you are now.